Hmm. Oh. Yes!
We've actually won with that combo, so let's go for this one. Play with Eager Conscripts. Okay, so Pack Morsels, Morsel Maker, Green Recruit. Green Recruits. Got two of them. I want the Guild Marker. Even with higher sparks offered, I want to get rid of my Stewards. I have a Morsel Maker, Pack Morsels. I'm going Glutton again. Glutton again. I'm usually going to go Glutton Penumbra. I think it's like a standout compared to the other options. This is very likely to hurt me. Oh, by the way, we've got Corrupted Mass, Flesh Weaver, Vampire Kale, and Dominion Seraph again. Yay. I'm going to take this anyway. This is almost certainly doing damage to me. I have Wing Spirit to fall back on if my top car gets too hurt. I think most of what we're doing is just green recruit stuff. Take that. I'm hoping to find like a spore launcher for my bottom floor. Oh, they'll run into spikes as they have an attack value. We're gonna have a lot of chimes hitting us here. Well, no space for that. Just block damage with one of these guys. It's okay. I've spaced myself out of actually playing with Green Recruit. And I didn't draw my other Green Recruit either. These guys are looking like they're going to get through, too. Heal up some of my other floors. That's a big difference, but it doesn't quite do the job. I thought I might be able to just pressure him out, but not quite. I'm concerned that I don't really have, like, ping options for the Flesh Weaver, but if I find a decay source, I think we destroy him. Adding a Rebel Morsel put us over the top. Alright, bit of damage taken. I kind of figured we would be taking a bit when I took the invasion, for one. It's not just the invasion that hurt us, but... Sure, let me try Perils. Bad Inhale. Grab Inhale. Inhale's a surprisingly good card. I think I want Under Legion units so that I can try and find a decay source for the boss. If I find a Puffball or a Spore Launcher, we're in a really good spot. This is also my only Merchant of Steel. I got Under Legion with Merchant Magic next, probably. Immortal, Large, Strength Mossy, Spore Launcher is exactly what I wanted. Then I get an Endless Green Recruit. So a lot of that stuff is just really good, straightforward stuff. If I can find an Amorous Inoki, the bottom floor is pretty much locked down. I've done that exact build before. Take a couple purges. Middle floor is stewards. I think we just roll with this. So I'm looking to find an infectory. Yeah, I can play Fire Damper. That's fine. I had to double check, but we can do it. We lose out on the Morsel Maker. At least initially. Showed up on the one floor where I can't get you. What a jerk. This guy actually has some decent synergy with morsel generation. I have two ways of triggering him in, like, my basic cards. Though we still need to make sure the big man up top is the one who's getting fed the most. There's my green recruits. We played 2 green recruits and win. It's, like, pretty straightforward. Because, of course, the green recruits give us extra mid-combat decay triggers that overwhelm early bosses. Space Prism. How do we feel about Space Prism? I think it's good enough. Row Room is pretty good. So the thing to remember about Grow Room for us is that we have a tendency to pick up both Lifesteal and Damage Shield out of our morsels. So both of those can propagate. We might find, like, regen or something as well. And in terms of the room offerings, just, like, what kind of room are we putting Penumbra in? This is a decent one. Let's see. Proliferate's also really good. I think I'll take the Grow Room now. If I can get more debuffs onto enemies, I'll feel better about it. Right now, I think it's kind of whatever. Like, I think it's okay, but not that crazy. So I want to fish for... I want to fish for either Mushy Room or Infectory. Infectory would be awesome. But I also kind of want an Amorous Inoki. I would need to smidge the unit or get a... I would need to smidge the Spore Launcher or get... What's it called? Or get a capacity increase. I think I'm probably taking 1 capacity increase no matter what. So if I grab this, I'm hunting for Amorous Inoki. Are there any other hits? That's like the only thing I'm looking for. If I go to rooms, what generic rooms hit for me? I'm not super concerned about getting a silence room with this build, but it always helps. Like, it's just a pretty nice room. I think I just really need Infectory. My event outcomes don't really change for going to a magic shop. I don't really have good spells to magic upgrade. I'm gonna check the Merchant of Arms. Well, we can take Glutton's Maw. The Exile's Diadem is actually playable. It does some nice things with our Spore Launcher sometimes. Go ahead and grab both of those, and I'm going to make the Exile's Diadem deployable. So now if I find Amorous Inoki, I can possibly fit it into my deploy under an energy upgrade. This is a really early Bone Dog. I think I adopt him, and I try to, like, Space Prism him into place. It's a little tricky to use him during the Flesh Weaver, because he might pick up... With Corruption Flesh Weaver, he might pick up a random Corruption and just die. But, whatever. We're gonna have to live with that. So, I think it's this for now. We're not worrying about the Exile's Diadem yet, but we might use it in the future. Well, that's a problem. We just answer that like that. I Perils, Glutton's Maw, Shade Splitter, Chomp You, and then possibly bring in a new one. Oh, we're surviving the attack now, so I don't need to put something in front. That's cute. Means I think I bring you in down here so that I decay that Miscreant. That'll keep my lifesteal going. Get decayed. Not enough room. Well, the Chomp is still extra scaling even if I can't make use of the space very well. Got him down to 7. Well, this Flagellant's gonna hurt, and I don't have an answer for that. A little shrinky dink. I could tag the boss with this Inhale, but I think I'm not gonna. Blocking an attack does keep the Shield Steward alive. I don't know if that's super worth it to me, but I'm gonna go for it. So we took 15 there. Ugh. Bummer. Heal up the Shield Steward. Doing a decent job there. Chomp the unit that doesn't have attack value. Should be bringing in more guys down here, I think. They get eaten by the fungi stack, but it's fine. We'll have a big fungi stack. Okay, so we were able to get 2 mass off them at the top floor. It's pretty good. I think we're sticking the Bone Dog here. Let me just go ahead and reinforce the stack, put out more decay. So we go into final round on the boss. We should have a pretty decent amount of decay on him. Got him down to just 2 mass. There we go. So we got the Bone Dog Celebrate. Dope. Enjoy your lots of decay. If I can find any way to play the Great Decay, it should be the Great Decay. This is probably... I can probably find a way to make this playable. There's my Inoki. So I take Hell's Flame. With the Inoki, I take Hell's Flame for the deployment. My next upgrade is definitely Capacity. I think I want to go Forgotten Boons Merchant of Trinkets since I have the guild marker, and I can go pretty hard on that. I don't really need a lot more unit upgrades. I just need a lot more generic broad spectrum power. Like, these two are really good. The Whetstone, I think, winds up giving me either free Glutton's Maw or free Diadem. Both are pretty great. I'll take these two. I think they're better. I love the Spike, but I don't think I take it this time. Glutton 2. Actually, if I go Architect, maybe I can get away with not taking space. Is that ever the case? No, I just need the better gorge scaling. Like, I think it's just crazy to be able to overlook that for just two car space that I can get out of playing like rooms and other cards. Okay, so the funniest possibility that we could do here is 5 bone dogs. Let's be goofy. We're gonna be silly. This is a lot of pressure. I want to say that's a no. Because that turns into a ton of corruption on Penumbra, and I just don't have a great way of dealing with it. So it should be the Inoki, and then the Spore Launcher, then the Diadem. So this is our initial configuration. I don't need to avoid taking damage that much. I can do that. I really want an Infectory for this bottom car. Bone Dog, protect Bone Dog, you multi-strike, I forgot. So that Bone Dog's gonna die. These things happen. The Great Decay. Play that because I don't want to redraw it. Let's see. I am very cramped. I don't know a place to put these morsels down if I play them. This multi-strike is very annoying. Multi-strike 13. Sheesh. Play that there. Get a bit more going. I don't want to redraw you. If I want to maximize the Bone Dogs here, I think I probably need to put the number on 4-2. Just let that get killed. Actually, I can net one Bone Dog here. One of them gets killed, but the other doesn't. Everything gets pulled down to this floor. The green recruit did not instantly win the fight for me. Noted. I don't have space for a Bone Dog up top. I don't think these Bone Dogs are going to survive this time. They probably don't live until after I get car space. Or if I rearrange things. I think starting from next fight, I'm going to rearrange. And put the Bone Dogs on the top car. Yeah, they sure aren't getting anything done here. Oh. I can sneak one in back behind Penumbra. It gives Penumbra a bit more tank. Well, we got one in. This is a bit patently ridiculous, but we got one. have to see what I can do about the others. Well, Prism Retrieval can always get me a Bone Dog. Shroud Spike always has a target, it's just not a very good one. Just gonna skip. Not enamored with those. Mushy Room or Grow Room or Mulch. Okay. Mulch is a bit better now that I have a bunch of extra nonsense in my deck. I think we want to do Mushy Room and put that somewhere. We can do it in the bottom car for now. I want to go to the Merchant of Arms. I really need to find an Infectory. Neither of those is an Infectory, but an Iron Tongue is good. Now the Whetstone has 3 things to compete with, but they're all good. Let's see. I don't think I can take that Echo Vault. Okay, still no Infectory. I really need an Infectory, though. Hall of Mirrorsing a zillion Bone Dogs does not help me win the game, unfortunately. That's a skip. A bit of a tough spot. This should be probably Asceticism. This doesn't matter very much. I will take Asceticism and put it on one of the Bone Dogs, but it's not a big deal. I could put it on the Endless Green guy, and that's a pretty powerful choice sometimes. This Mind Muddler's actually pretty rough, but I'm going to send it. So this time I am going to develop the number on the second car. We don't need the Iron Tongue for this fight, but it's also not bad. Let's do this. Well, these don't do anything on this floor. There are definitely some units that I am not doing enough damage to. I like getting out the extra decay stacks there. I'm just really hard up for the space that I'm missing to be able to feed the number more. Because a lot of my feeding cards are doing nothing. I feel like a little bit of work down here. It's making sure that the Malevolent Hunters and the Harp players and the Speedsters aren't getting to do anything. But there are some other things I need to get done that are not being accomplished. Well, that gets us way far in on that boss. Yeah, I don't have more morsel space anywhere. We're dying on this floor anyway, so I can do that. So it will never, ever Ember Drain on me. I think we will get our Celebrates. Yeah, just a modicum of decay helps work through a lot of his nonsense. Unfortunately, I can't fit in any more bone dogs. But we got 2 for this fight. Shroud Spike versus Shroud Mitosis. Shroud Mitosis, I think, is more useful for us right now. I don't have a... do I have a dualism unit? I do not have a dualism unit to work with Tome of Evergrowth. I'm taking Mulch. My deck is huge right now. Let's see. Merchant of Steel versus Forgotten Boons. Okay, Forgotten Boons is still really strong. Merchant of Steel, we would be fishing for dualism on the Spore Launcher. Which is good. It's good. We also get to check another room here. Which could be the all-important Infectory. Whether or not we hit that Infectory on the bottom floor is so big. Let me go over here. Not seeing dualism. I'm going to Speedstone the Inoki. And I might Heartstone it as well. Let me Heartstone the Morsel Maker, actually. We've got Dominion coming up. Got Dualism for the Spore Launcher. And I can Endless another separate green recruit. So I'll do it. With that, I think I'll also do this. Turns into Regen 20 on a 40 health unit. It's very, very stable. Boiler Room is not what we were looking for, but dang, if it doesn't help. Let me see. Could also theoretically make the Fight Club into, like, a pile of Bone Dogs, like 20 attack. It's not even the worst thing to do. The Fight Club top floor. It turns an utterly useless floor into a slightly less useless floor. If we get through this fight, I think we're in really good shape. I am just not very confident we actually win this. Especially since we didn't get the flails immediately. The Cat of Nine Tails thing. If I get that really early, we might be good. Getting the green recruit right away is awesome, too. Put you up here to lure the boss. Well, we output a lot of decay. Okay, I get my stat block high enough to not get killed by that. Thank goodness. I only have room for these up top. Inhale's not going to kill anything this entire fight. So let's consume it. Okay, so he also got to eat from Kale, but he's not killing us here. Take a mushy room on the bottom floor. First Bone Dog goes down here. This Chosen Bastion's getting through, and it's going to be very problematic. But he shouldn't be meeting up with Kale on the top floor. Kale should be coming to the middle or the bottom floor. So if we add a Fight Club up here, and we play an Eager Conscript, we actually do enough damage to kill that. That's wild. Let's see. Got a Lingering Heal for Penumbra if he stays at, like, the half health range. Looks like I was not able to stick Lifesteal on him. Yeah, I don't really have a propagate setup right now. Looks like we're actually in good shape. I think we win this one. We take a size upgrade. It's going to make things a lot better. Second Bone Dog comes in. Depending on timing, I might be able to fit in a third Bone Dog. Kale kills this, and now additional Bone Dogs will just play on the top floor. With only 2 waves remaining, Kale should not revisit the top floor. We're overstocked. That gets killed. Okay, yep. He went up to 15 max health. There's a spawns. I prevented him from dying on a turn. Yeah, we kill Kale on the bottom floor. We bring this out. And we end the fight with 5 Bone Dogs in play. That's pretty crazy. You can also technically do this, but it doesn't matter. 5 Bone Dog triggers. Oh, goodness. Okay. Racking Pain is playable. Wretch is only okay here. How playable is Racking Pain? It's alright. I think Wretch is better. Take Wretch. If I click anything other than Heaven's Light, it's throwing the run. Merchant of Steel is pretty much dealt with. Unstable Vortex is very good. I need to check another Merchant of Arms. Second Mushy room. I could go double Mushy. How good is Swift Steel for me? I think it's not very important. I could Swift Steel Penumbra. I don't think I really want to. I don't think it helps very much. Yeah, I think these aren't very good. Is there any case for merging something? I've got this Exile's Diadem. I don't want to merge it with anything. It makes things harder to play, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to keep my money for artifacts later. Let me hit that Glutton 3. It's a risk going for non-trample, but with this much Pyre health, I can just leak stuff, and it's actually fine. Can you hear the venom in my voice when I say that? It's fine. Doesn't matter. With this size of cards, I could duplicate the Great Decay for consistency, but because Mulch is also a consistency-oriented card, I can duplicate that instead. And that card is better in a lot of cases. So this Mark of Invasion, the funny thing about it is I can maybe use Sap-Suckling Spring to kill it. So I'm going to take the challenge. It might cause a lot of damage to Penumbra. That could be a problem. But he is a 50-50 now. With a Maw. So he's got some options. Let's see. Yeah, that works. I'll do that. If I play him, he doesn't die fast enough. But I need this Ragewing Assassin gone anyway. So I'll just have to live with having a Shield Steward for a bit. bring you out here. We got problems. So they're doing 14 and it's outing the Inoki. I guess we have to play without the Inoki for this fight then. No, I need a Mitosis before I do that. The green recruit is a definite. This has to happen. That. I think I don't bring in a Bone Dog here. Wounds me to my very soul. Yeah, alright. We're gonna take some damage until we get the scaling up high enough. Back morsels come in. Should just use an inhale there. That is actually not getting killed, so it's getting the consumes. I don't want to allow that, and I have a simple fix for it. We inhale, then we chomp that. Go. I think I want to bring out packed morsels. I will play both of these, I think. Gets us a little more decay. Those guys aren't really going to matter. They inflict a little damage on this dude, but he's still going to hurt us for a lot. This is the mushy room. Go ahead and put the Iron Tongue here. It does help us with damage output. I'm going to use a green recruit up top to help protect the Bone Dogs. And we'll start filtering in Bone Dogs. There's the Great Decay. Yeah, the floors that are just one Gladiator we're fine for. Bone Dog, Bone Dog. Sadly, it's got Ember Drain. That's okay. We live with it. Let's see. One of these guys is getting through, so we still need a green recruit protector up there. Do this. Play the mulch. Chomp. Morsels. Morsels. Yeah, the last two should go in down here so that we can benefit from decay. Good. So they get the mushy room on the bottom floor, then they carry up the sap a little bit. It's actually pretty sweet. 2 more Bone Dogs. Green Recruit does a pretty good amount of damage. Shade Splitter, Mulch. Let me see. I think I might bring in these guys, because a little more decay on the Chosen Prayer Stone probably makes it die on this floor. Yep, got it without incanting. That's good. And then a couple more things over here. Still take 1 hit from the Amalgam for like 1 damage. But our Bone Dogs remain secure. Our precious trove of 5 Bone Dogs. So we get fire hunted, we get hit by that guy. And we've got it. Floor limit. Does this Bone Dog live if it comes in? Holy crap, it does. That's amazing. Right, because Penumbra takes out the Prayer Stone right away. If I had another Bone Dog, I could place it. Amazing. That could even make the fight cleaner, but it doesn't matter. I think I was all 6. We took 8 total damage over the course of that fight after letting all that bullshit go through. Feast is viable. Take a feast. We take a pandemic anytime we're playing the Great Decay. This is our asceticism payoff. Penance complete. So now the Bone Dog is pure positive energy. We have a maximum value of 255. I would like to get an upgrade on my pandemic, but this is worth 70 pyre health. 70 extra pyre health makes it really, really hard to lose. I probably don't need upgrades on the pandemic. I probably just like play it straight and it's fine. So I have a choice of another set of dualism, which I could put on the Inoki for more regen. It's not too bad. I think I like a damage shield. Let me take a damage shield on the Inoki. Get another Heartstone on the Morsel Maker. Dualism doesn't really help the rest. Shade Lamp is cool. Can I play Departure Manifest, or does it fill my hand with too many Bone Dogs? I think it fills me up with too many Bone Dogs and I lose. Damn. I'm sure we can do Twin Minds and Shade Lamp. Oh, well, if I had it with Judged Scales, I could probably play it. Probably do weird stuff. Weird and crazy stuff. Split Anvil's still not very good. Verdant Cycle should be good. I think I'm just removing... it's either the 2 Stewards or we're just removing the Calcified Embers here. I'm just going to drop the Embers. I think they cause me more trouble than the rest of this stuff. So it's going to be really, really hard, if not impossible, to get Bone Dog Celebrates against Chosen of Dominion. Because I have no way of locking down Dominion's action. I can re-roll this. Multi-strike here? Does anything actually hit meaningfully? No, they don't. They really don't. I can smidge this. Put a Mossy Stone on it. Makes him a better blocker sometimes. I don't think I ever take either of those. Okay, I wish this was a different Seraph. I mean, I suppose I should be glad that it's not Savagery Seraph, because I don't have clean ways of outing Chosen Assassins. Because I didn't get multi-strike onto any unit down here that can hold the Iron Tongue. Although if I had Savagery Seraph coming up, I would have made that a priority. Just gonna do this, so that we have quick sweep. The Exile's Diadem is not super important immediately, compared to dragging the boss out to an unimportant area for a little bit. We need to open with this. Oh, we got to duplicate it off of Twin Mines and draw a card. Shroud Mitosis, that for sure. Pandemic you again, so it puts 2 into our consume pile. 2 copies into our discard. So my thought is we can help ourselves out a lot on this by, what's it called? By hitting the boss with so many, so much sap that they stop attacking. It's a pretty great feast value here. I'm not going to worry about blocking attacks from Seraph right now. I make him a little bigger. I think for the most part, we do just outscale Seraph on our middle floor. Let's see. I think I want to bring out Eager Conscripts. This does not conflict with that. Make him a better tank. We have the space to bring out 1 morsel before we bring out any conscripts. And that feels like it's better maximizing the space. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's not important. Oh yeah, action sweeps us. Whatever. We knew it was going to happen. We lose all of our several dogs. I think we still get to eat this. Yeah, eaten triggers before the action. Before the corruption tick, I should say. The action happens, the corruption goes in the unit doesn't die, we move on. Space Prison here. No, the dogs! The many, many bone dogs. Of course, we do still have more bone dogs. I want to block a bit more damage that's coming into Penumbra here. I think I'm letting him take a bit too much corruption at the moment. He's corrupting to death, that makes sense. We can block both the attacks with this and still eat. I don't want to redraw that card anymore. I would like for my draws to be nothing but pandemics now, please. Yeah, Bone Dogs get swept. Let's see. maximize our attack there. We hit the limit. Going big. I feel like when we brought out the fungi, our results there got worse, and that's possible if we overbuffed a green recruit and caused them to live in a case where they were supposed to die. We can get worse outcomes sometimes by overprotecting our recruits. This still seems like it's a fine configuration. Pandemic, draw a card, bring in you. That was a huge spike of damage. We're just increasing the decay amount. It does a lot. That feast doesn't do much for us. This guy would probably go to fire, actually. Well, let's see. Nope, he's not gonna. I had yet more summons to play. So we kill on bottom floor. We didn't get to celebrate, but we also didn't really take damage. So we get to have 250 damage, 250 health going into the Titan. This is going to make for a really funny thumbnail. They get to have a thumbnail that's got 5 bone dogs in it. Sorry, 6 bone dogs. I have 6 bone dogs. I have the original one that I cloned him 5 times. I don't believe them. They can't let me get away with this. Inoki, Launcher, Maker, Penumbra, Steward, Glutton Maw. Okay, we got the recruit right away. That bodes well. KU, bring that in. Shade Splitter, Rubble Morsel, Chomp him. That was the wrong floor to bring the Conscript in on, but it's fine. Start with a crisp 21 decay. Couple places. Play Bone Dogs. Back Morsels, Chomp, more Morsels, Shade Splitter. Go. Alright, K's on the move. We're getting stats. Get big. Our top floor is going to get absolutely trampled. Okay, let's see. I'm a little uncomfortable with the amount of damage hitting the Spore Launcher, but he's going to regen back out of it really fast. I am probably outscaling Curses of Entropy, but with this much Pyre health, there's just no reason to play them. We don't really get punished for not playing them, in a meaningful sense. Just gonna rally up a bit more, because I can. Bring in some more stuff. Okay, looking good. Yeah, we get trampled, we get Pyre hunted, whatever. We could probably fight this out until, like, wave 20. Especially once we hit the mushy room. I think I bring in 2 recruits here. They get trampled over by savagery in a good way. Iron Tongue goes out. Bone Dog. Token Blocker. retch. That's a lot of retching. I'm not super concerned with where things are going. Just the fact that they all get out there. Okay, the second green recruit's not dying. Good feast turn. I played into the Chosen Ardent, but it's fine. I can give these guys plenty of damage. We're still putting 500 onto entropy per turn, mostly from decay, and from new decay. Yeah, it's not mostly, it's entirely from decay. This is just like, half of this build is just like two different configurations that I know tend to win, that just happen to be hanging out in the same place. They're able to collaborate a little bit, because anytime I'm not able to pull a spawn on the bottom floor, I can put a morsel there, and it fulfills the need. But apart from that, the builds do not cooperate and don't really have to. Try to sneak in a Bone Dog, as we so often have in the past. I still haven't gotten my, what's it called? My Great Decay. Our draws do get slowed down by these green recruits. And we don't have any built-in draw assistance, but we do have, what's it called? We've got the Verdant Cycle, so playing Consume cards does let us draw more. Okay, we're knocking out Savagery this turn, and we have Entropy probably next turn. It's just going to decay out. Which is good, because I'm pretty sure next turn is the Silencer Wave, which prevents us from getting our fancy spawns and rallies and things. So I'll... Oh, we still get the Sapsuckling Spring, because that is an artifact. Okay, so I'll play for that then. It only works with shrooms, though, and they won't create their units on exhaust. So it actually slows down my kill by an extra turn, basically. And yes, we lose a Bone Dog. Okay, yeah, you're dead now. Ah, that's interesting. The Great Decay also applies to Pyrelight. It probably only applies to the Pyrelight that is in your hand on the turn you draw the you play the Great Decay. Yeah, further Pyrelights are not affected. And the Decay ticks and we win. Alright, there's the run. Run number 115 down. That was funny. That should be my new Bone Dog record. I'm going to post that Bone Dog record on the forum and see if